Course in Miracles are in chapter 29, The Awakening. We're in the middle of this section entitled Seek Not Outside Yourself on page 618 of the second edition. We're going to be starting reading with paragraph 5. And Bonnie, will you start for us?
Idols must fall because they have no life, and what is lifeless is a sign of death. You came to die, and what would you expect but to perceive the signs of death you seek? No sadness and no suffering proclaim a message other than an idol found that represents a parody of life, which, in its lifelessness, is really death, conceived as real and giving living form. Yet each must fail and crumble and decay, because a form of death cannot be life, and what is sacrificed cannot be whole. And then the death, that would be like sadness and anger and
Since life,
disappointment.
yes, and for the Course, the definition of life is spirit. So only those pursuits and those mindsets that reflect a spiritual reality has anything to do with life. Now the Bible has the same message. Only in spirit is there life. Anything that's of outside goal is what the idol is. An idol is something you think outside is going to prop you up because you're little. You're not part of the spirit. You're not a part of God. So you're not glorious. You're little, and you got to find something out there to be a God to prop you up so you'll be safe because you're feeling insecure. So that's why it says they have to fall because they're just not real. You don't need something outside of yourself to prop you up because there is nothing. That's death if you're doing that. You're operating from an identity that's not your real identity, and so it's not a reflection of death. It's a sign of death, right? So he says you came to die, meaning you came to forget who you are in the pursuit of idols. And this is one thing that I didn't get this in the beginning when I started the Course, but it became obvious to me as I found out what is upsetting me. Why do I get upset? It's usually you're serving an idol. You're serving some kind of outside source of completion. And you're unconscious of this because it's just such a given. You don't know exactly where your idols are until you start to monitor your feelings. And now you know, okay, I'm asking for a miracle of perception, and I realize to see this right, I'm going to have to lay down some kind of idol. And I don't know what it is, you know. And that's what the Holy Spirit's for, is to help you sort this out so that you're not supporting death anymore, you're supporting life. So that's why he says, no sadness and no suffering can proclaim a message other than an idol found that represents a parody of life, which in its lifelessness is really death, conceived as real and given living form. So that's what he says. That's where all the sadness and stuff comes. When an idol fails us, we lose it. And so he's saying, you don't need to lose it. You need to shift what you're serving, because this idol never gave you anything anyway. So drop it. Let it go. It's not a sacrifice to let go of something that's nothing. It's only in our perception it's something that it feels like we're letting go of something real, right? Okay.
And all idols are temporary, extremely.
Yes, because they're
They're either ideas or goals or things.
yeah, we're getting into that section now, so this is really good, because really to understand the journey, you have to understand what is an idol, because you don't know. I didn't know what idols were. I didn't even know they were in the, they're in the Bible. It's talking about the same principle here. It's just been interpreted that it means a graven little wood image,
Yeah.
which just represents all kinds of
Another God.
Yeah, and we have these other gods. We have money, we have relationships, we have food, we have work, status, power.
Even